I'm Steve Martinez. I'm a craftsman here at Big Ben Saddlery, and today we're going to discuss tying rope. For tying rope, we're going to of course need some rope, a torch, some pliers, scissors, needle and thread, a burner, hammer, and some kind of a hook to pull your Honda tight. If we're putting a rawhide or a metal Honda on the rope, this is the point when it goes on, just like that. And the next step is to tie a Walker knot, Mathew Walker knot. And what you want to do is unravel about 5 or 6 inches of the strands there. And here comes the fun and the tricky part. This first strand right here, you want to 1, 2, 3. You want to come around this way with it and make a loop, and it passes through. It's just a simple overhand knot, and you grab not the one behind it but the one next to it and do the same thing, and you go through both loops there, and then get the one right next to it, right next to your first one behind it there, and you make another loop and you come once again through there. And now you want to just start snugging them up a little bit at a time. And as you do that, you want to work your strands of the knot in a counterclockwise motion. You don't want all the strands coming out of the top of the knot. And you want it to look like that. You got 1, 2, 3 all the way around. That's a little loose right there, but don't worry about that. We're going to snug it up. Next thing we need to do is heat that knot up a little bit so that it gets soft. And you can get one of these torches at the hardware store. Be careful when you're heating that up. Keep that flame moving. You don't want to linger on that knot. You just want to get some heat in there. And you go through and you pull them all a little at a time. Give it a twist with some pliers. All the way around. Twist with the way the strands all lay. And right there, that should be plenty good and tight right there. Cut these strands off close to the knot. And then we're gonna go ahead and melt the top of that. And that'll make sure that it just doesn't come undone. And then you want to smooth that melted part out. I use the peen on my hammer, but you can use a spoon or just anything. And right there we have a Mathew Walker knot that's tied the way it's supposed to be. Now we're gonna tie a Honda into the rope. Rope has a particular lay to it, and you're gonna want to tie that Honda to where it is parallel with that lay. The way to do that is you take the end and you want to twist it against its own natural twist. Go against that to to where it gives it a slight, to where you're slightly unraveling it. You don't want to let go of it. Right there you can see how it wants to just follow that lay of the rope there. And it's an overhand knot. Then we come back around right through there. And when you get your Honda just about how you like it, we're going to warm it up again. See how it's laying there parallel to the lay of the rope. We're going to warm it up again, and we're going to snug it down. For that, we're going to need our hook, and we're going to need our hammer. Again, keep the flame moving. You don't want to linger on there. That'll actually melt your rope. You don't want to do that. Just want to get some heat in there, let it soften up so you can pull it tight. Now we're going to hook it on here. Take a wrap around your hips. And pull real tight. Once you got it pulled pretty tight, give it a little tap with a hammer. And there we have a perfectly tight Honda. Now we're going to tie a burner into it. Got a heavy needle and some heavy thread. You're going to want to tie a big knot on the end of your thread. I do over, come around and go through in kind of a figure 8 there. And then just a simple overhand knot. That'll give you a big knot that'll hold that burner in. Putting a rawhide burner in this Honda. This rawhide is soaked overnight and then cased in a plastic bag in the refrigerator. Keeps your mold down. Want the hair side of the skin to be the burner surface. Rough side, that's what that looks like. That's the smooth side. That's what you want. Goes onto your rope about like so. You want to kind of center it on there. We've got 3 pairs of holes in this burner. You go through once, twice, pulls that one tight, come through this way, come out the top, and then we're going to pull that tight, and then we're going to want to go through the middle hole in the same fashion. Come out through the top there, and then we go through the 3rd pair of holes. Pull everything tight, then we come across through here. And again, pull that tight, and that'll secure that burner into that Honda. All we have to do is cut the thread, and we're ready to run the other end of the rope through that Honda, and you have a perfectly functionable rope. Thank you for watching. If you have any more questions on this tack tip or any of our other tack tips, please call us at Big Ben Saddlery or look us up online.